We'd go there every day, and Steve Tapman, the owner, was amazing with us, and it got to the point where he would even turn the lights on for us at night, so we could stay and run. And there was this guy that kept coming up, and he was watching us. You know, he'd just show up, and he wouldn't say a whole lot. He'd just watch, and then one day he'd come up to me and goes, "You know, you said your son's pretty good." And I said, "Well," I said, "his dad's holding him back right now." I said, "I don't know the difference between caster and camber." I said, "You know, I know a little bit of it." I said, "But, you know, the type of motorsports I did, you know, was nothing like this." And so he started hanging out and helping us. And then come time, we wore out an engine, like from
couple of months.
First couple of months we wore out an engine. So I told him, I said, "We won't be at the track for a few weeks." I said, "I got to send this engine off to get it rebuilt." And I said, "When we get back, I'll call you." I said, "Let me have your number." And he goes, "Well," he said, "you know, I used to build a lot of those engines," and said, "You know, I'd be glad to rebuild it for you." And first I thought, you know, who is this guy? You know, is he going to screw up the motor? And then something just told me to say, you know, trust him, let him do it. So I gave it to him, and we just knew him as Dave. That's how we knew him. It was his name, Dave. Yeah. So he calls me next day, and this was on Sunday afternoon. He calls me Monday, like at 11. He says, "Hey," he said, "I got this engine done." He said, "I'd like for you to bring Zach up to the shop." He said, "I want to put it on my dyno, and I want to teach him how to adjust the carburetor." So I thought, okay, well, that's pretty good. The guy's got a dyno. He must know what he's doing.
Sure. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. So we load up that evening, and we get up there, and we walk in. There's all these sprint car pictures and IndyCar pictures.
An IndyCar front wing. I remember seeing this broken front wing hanging on the wall, and that, you know, if you would think I just saw the greatest thing in the world, you know, I'm like, that's a part from an IndyCar.
Wow.
So I asked him, I was like, "You must be a pretty big fan of Sarah Fisher, because I see all these pictures of her." And his simple reply was, "Well, I guess you could say I'm her biggest fan. I'm her dad."
Awesome.
That kind of just propelled the whole karting. I mean, honestly, It was, you know, you look back, there's always single moments that change everything. And our relationship with Dave, as far as from a knowledge standpoint and a kind of a teaching standpoint, that was one of the single most important periods of my history so far.
Wow. Well, let me ask one final question, and I'm intentionally not asking a ton here because I want to leave as much meat on the bones of this story, because NBCSN, ESPN, this needs to be feature stuff. You drive for Michael Andretti. Marco Andretti is one of your teammates. Ryan Hunter-Reay, Captain America, IndyCar champion, Indy 500 winner. Alexander Rossi, Indy 500 winner, seemingly born out of a test tube to be an open-wheel driver. You go to the IMS museum, you see some of, whether it's team owner, you name it, you see this family lineage throughout. What kind of pride do you carry with you knowing that outside this realm that most people understand, you carry a championship pedigree of your own? And do your teammates even understand how damn cool this is?
I think sometimes I get the question of, isn't that what they do at the county fair? You know, that's always the question. But, you know, I think the people that truly love motor racing, even the drivers, but I see more so from the mechanics and the engineers that, you know, especially with pulling, you know, everything, that was the beauty of it, you know, from what I could see. I didn't understand it as a young age, but now it's clear that, you know, what you can dream of, you can make. You know, there's still that engineering aspect of coming up with something new, like IndyCar racing was 20, 30 years ago. You know, so to me, I really enjoy that, because we don't get to do too much of that now because we're all specialists in IndyCar. And I think, I want to do, it'd be funny to get a video. We got to get my 3 teammates to a county fair or a state national and let them see this, because I feel like a lot of people, if they've never been there, they've never heard a 4 or 5 inch mod take off, you know, they have no idea.
It's amazing.
You know, ear piercing, you know, the horsepower will never compare to what we have. You know, it's just incredible.
It's so amazing. That was what I enjoyed most, was just building the equipment and going from there. But, you know, I was because I had my IT firm, and it was really, you know, I had a lot of nationally based clients. And so sometimes it was a little embarrassing because, if you'd mentioned truck or tractor pulling that you did, they would automatically think, well, this dude's a redneck, or
got a
something
barn
like that. Got a barn. So it was so funny. I was in California one time meeting with a client. They had like 30 stores, and we just got the contract to do all their stores. We went to dinner, like at a Chili's or something like that, and ESPN was broadcasting one of the events, and it just so happened to be one of the events I won.
Wow.
So we were sitting there eating, and the guy looked up at the TV screen. He goes, "You ever seen this?" I said, "Yeah, it's pretty
Keep
crazy."
watching.
Yeah. I didn't say anything. I said, "Yeah, it's pretty crazy." And then it showed my run, and he said, "Man, that guy really got it out of there." And then the camera switches to me, and they're interviewing me, and he looks at that, he looks at me, he looks back, and he goes, "That's you." And I said, "Yeah," but it was really engineering aspects. With Brian Knox, we created some really cool stuff. We did ignition systems, air locker rear ends. I mean, with Bill Humphrey, it was amazing. Some of the things we come up with, and there was a lot of things that didn't work, but we never got any testing. You had to go out there, you looked at the track.
The hard way.
It was a gut feel, and so it really taught you to listen to your